there, it's Derek here from Pacific Coast Auto in Japan, and we're looking at a 1998 Toyota Altezza RS200 Z Edition. This one with an automatic transmission. Not a ton of them that came with the automatic transmissions because this was supposed to be a sedan for the sports car lover. And the Z Edition was the fast, high revving one, right? So most of the people who bought the automatic got the inline 6-cylinder 2-liter versions. The 4-cylinder is the faster engine. It is more of a, race-tuned kind of engine. Have a listen. Okay, the engine itself is good. The car has two kind of big problems that were a bit of a surprise to us. Number one, it doesn't idle at the right speed. And it fluctuates. You see that? It just went down, and it'll go up, it'll go down. You shift into drive, and it's fine. In reverse, it's fine. In park, it doesn't know what to do. Okay, the other thing is the power brakes don't work that well, and it is not drivable as a result. The brakes work, but there isn't any power. It feels like a manual brake, which is not good for driving. It looked like on visual inspection, all the brakes seem to be okay. There's no missing friction material. There's no damage to the discs. The fluid is fine. It seems like there might be a problem with your power brake booster. And so look into that, or we can look into it if you want. The thing is, this one's going to the USA. There may be a tariff increase by the time that it arrives if you get it repaired here. And so check with your sales rep for more information about that. Now onto the rest of the car. Engine, oil, coolant, that kind of stuff looks fine. Timing belt has been replaced, which was a nice little surprise to know. It says, hard to read, maybe 101,587, but very hard to read. Okay, let's close the hood up and check the rest of the car. And yeah, I think it's really cool that they made an automatic transmission version of this. I do have to say that you might want to be stomping on the throttle a lot more because this engine doesn't get the good power until after about 5,500 RPM, and it revs to past 8,000. And in a manual, that of course you can shift whenever you want, but with an automatic, it might be a little bit difficult to get the power that this car has. I would be very interested in driving it. But I will say, people will think, you know what, the automatic, why buy the automatic? Well, a lot more people these days want the automatic because they don't know how to drive a manual, for one. But secondly, the automatic is probably a third the price of the manual transmission version. And so you can get what is otherwise a really great car for a good price. Like this might be the same cost as that, actually. That's an automatic transmission too, just not in a sports car body. And I know not everyone is looking for a BB open deck. Maybe I'm the only idiot. Okay, so here, auction year. I'm sorry, I said 1998. I messed up. Year 2000, Altezza RS 200Z Edition, auction grade 3.5, interior C, exterior D. It says exterior D, and there are a lot of marks here on the exterior. I don't think it's as bad as the auction made it seem like. This one's coming from TAA Hyogo, which is actually a Toyota-owned auction. They might be a little bit more strict with the way that they inspect things, but I feel like the car looks better than I was expecting it to be with these kind of grades. Navi doesn't work. Exterior stained and shallow scratches. Navi doesn't work, they said again. Steering wheel wear, a lot of it. Seat saggy and interior scratch, door mirror scratch, and then A2 is a medium scratch, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. Large scratches over here, large dents over here, medium dents over here. But again, I don't think that it's terrible. It's not perfect, but it's not terrible, and the paint seems to otherwise be fairly good. So I'd be pretty happy with this. I don't know exactly what we paid for it, but I have the feeling like this was a good value car. And the Altezza, I don't know if people still do it, but these taillights were popular in the 2000s with the silver chrome look, and then the enclosed lenses inside were referred to as Altezza lights, even though the Altezza was never available in North America. I think, part of that might have come from the fact that this car was in Gran Turismo 2, right when Gran Turismo 2 came out. This was a brand new car. I think they started these in 98. And, well, when you're driving in a driving game, you see the rear end of the car, right? And then it was a unique look, and that might have been everyone's first introduction to those type of lenses. And then it wasn't long before aftermarket lenses for everything had that style. And you don't really see it anymore, so maybe that's why people aren't talking about it. But it is interesting to think the history of this car brought upon a name of an aftermarket part. Crazy.
Want to see us having fun in Japan? Go check out our new channel. Link in the description.
Okay, so, well, I mean, not that crazy, but lenses here, faded into yellow, need to be restored. Front bumper, I'm liking this one. It's not too super aggressive, like the more aggressive version of the bumper. It's not bad, though. Headlight faded. Fog light on this side is probably okay. Minor scratch here. Now, they said A2 on the front bumper. There's that one. Not seeing anything else, but probably underneath here. And yes, I have to grunt like that one getting down. Yeah, so mild scratches right there. Nothing I would really worry about. There is a chip here. It's in an inopportune place, unfortunately. Coming down this side, how are we looking? Okay, a little bit of a chip there. It's honestly not so bad. Tiny dent here. A lot of scratches around the door handle. Okay. All right. Has protectors on the edges of the doors. And the paint has a lot of contamination in it that needs to be taken out. Proper wash will do that with proper chemicals. So some scratches here. There's a section here with clear coat that has been taken off. Down here as well. Scuff here. Rear bumper should be the kind of the worst of it. Little spots here. That's from driving into a wall. Like a concrete wall, that some edges of the concrete are going to be a little bit rough. A few minor things here or there. For an A3 rear bumper, that is not bad at all. Okay, trunk lid. Dirty, but otherwise fine. And lots of scratches around this door handle. This was the kid's door, no doubt. And looks like mom has the same problem, even worse. I'm guessing it's mom, because when you see lots of scratches around like that, you think longer nails than most men typically have. But, you know, to each their own. You can have long nails if you're a man. That's fine. You can take that off with proper polishing. You can otherwise get kits that are cut exactly to the inside of this, a sticker that you can put in there to cover it up. But the scratches have gone, you know, outside of the regular areas there. Rest of that door is okay. Door mirror, minor scratch. You know, I think for most people, the amount of damage on this car is absolutely fine. You know, this car is 25 years old. That's not a lot of damage. There isn't any rust. You know, there are a couple of mechanical problems, but nothing that seems unsortable. I don't know why you've got two floor mats in here. That's weird. Okay, so for the interior, let's go into the trunk first. Interior smells heavily of Japanese air freshener. Decent amount of trunk space. I'm liking that a lot. And the optional Altezza mat in here. Cool. I always love optional equipment. I especially love optional equipment on older cars. Like once you get to the 40 or 50-year-old cars, anything that's optional just, oh, totally does it for me. Down in here, no rust. There is a little bit of like, I don't know what you would call it. It's kind of like something spilled in there, or like maybe one of those tanks that, like a run flat tank or something spilled. I can't do this with one hand, can I? Toyota, make a great car. Make a terrible trunk liner. You guys make me bend over. I'm going to have to grunt again on camera. A few scratches around here, I just noticed. Okay. Oh, and this is a, it comes up like this so you can replace the bulbs. And the reason why it has bulbs is because it's an illuminated plate, but it's the old style before the LEDs, so it's kind of weird. Into the back here, decent sized 4-door, considering this is a compact. You know, a compact car isn't going to have a lot of space. It's meant to be smaller, better fuel economy, better sports car driving style, I suppose, but you give up space inside because, you know, it's not going to be that heavy. Going to have better driving dynamics. but it's honestly not bad. You can absolutely drive in this with 4 adults. Into the front now. You have a pass-through from the trunk into the intersection if you're carrying something long like skis. Okay. So windows, power windows on all of them work fine. Has a tweeter and a speaker. Has some seats. The car has seats in it. As you can see, saggy seat. It is noticeable when you sit in it. If it is your car, you probably won't notice it all the time because you will get used to it, but I know what this car feels like when the seat is not sagging. It is quite dirty as well, so it needs a good cleaning and maybe a little bit of wear on that bolster there. Steering wheel. Most of these steering wheels are much more worn. They have a dyed silver section, and that wears off to black. And then look at this. This is kind of interesting. You can shift yourself in an Altezza. Didn't know because this is the first time we bought an automatic version. But you go shift down to drive, right? Then shift down by pressing this button, or shift up by pushing the button behind. So if you do want to run at, 7,200 RPM is the max. I think the manual is 8,000. But typically automatics will have lower power or lower RPM or something like that. A little bit of a glue mark on the dashboard there. 2 floor mats. The one underneath is ripped, and the Altezza sign is damaged a bit. This one a little bit better condition, but it doesn't look like they hold up very well. This is the second one of these we've shot in a week, and both of them kind of look the same. This looks like a manual transmission, so if you want to fake people out, just put like a little boot on this, and then nobody will see. You can get that street cred, because that's what you care about, right? You drive an Altezza to impress people. CD player, mini disc player, a stock mini disc player, and then climate control AC, and a navigation system that comes up at the push of a button, which is cool, but the screen is not in good condition. It is all cracked. I'll show you that here. Boom. And then you can see the cracks on the screen there. But it apparently also doesn't work. Really? Who's running the Navi like that? Stupid. Okay, now inside smells heavily of air freshener. It could have been smoked in. It doesn't look like it. The cigarette lighter's maybe been used once. Ashtray doesn't look like it's been used, but the heavy smell of air freshener is kind of sickly, in my opinion. If you drive the car all the time, you'll either get used to it or the smell will kind of dissipate over time. But it does smell like it pretty badly. Okay, this here is kind of interesting. I've never seen one of these with Navi. And it has a little charger for it. You see that? So you can use this to control your Navi. And when you're done, you put it there and it charges. I suppose it... Oh. It's supposed to like click in, but the click function is broken. Weird. Okay, I think I played around with that enough. This is our Toyota Altezza, year 2000, not 1998. My name is Derek Weldon, and I am from Pacific Coast Auto. If you're interested in ordering a car from Japan through auction, hit us up. You can check out our website in a link to the description. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching, and have a nice day.